What's going on, guys? Well, you're a little late to the party because I already started ripping this Jeep apart to figure out where exactly my leak was coming from. Remember, it was down where the lower radiator hose meets that plastic thermostat housing. That's where I think my problem is. I got this was a real bear to get at. I had to take the battery out. Had to take that expansion tank slash bug juice reservoir that you see there. Had to take that out. The electric fan, the air box, and of course the serpentine belt you see sitting on top there. So now I'm finally to a point where I can start to take this thing apart and get at it. So let's get right into it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this lower hose off and drain whatever remaining coolant's in it that way. Now let's go ahead and take this top hose clamp off, and look at that, the hose clamp's busted. That's the issue. Check that out. See if I can get that out. It's kind of wedged in there. Let's see. I barely put any force on that and that thing snapped. Recent break, old break. None of the auto parts stores near me carry either radiator hose for this Jeep, so I'm going to reuse this one. And I got a couple worm gear clamps too. I couldn't find those spring-loaded ones. Nobody had them, so these will have to do. All right, we got our clamps in place. Let's go ahead and slide this hose on. Let's go ahead and get these hose clamps tightened up. I think that's right. If not, we'll find out in a couple minutes, right? Da, da, da. You know, I don't compliment Jeep Chrysler very often because I'm not a huge fan of theirs. I'm actually a Chevy guy. But I will give them props for one thing. They have these buckles here that hold the air box together. It's like a clamshell with these two buckles. That's a great design. I have the Jeep parked on a slope on my driveway now. I find out the easiest way to get the air out of these systems. The air wants to rise to the highest point, which in this case would be the radiator cap. See a little bit of it right here. All right, guys, we're all done. So what I did with this bleeder, I cracked the bleeder until I got air out of it, and then eventually I stopped getting air and coolant, so I knew I had to add more. So I'd shut the Jeep down, open the radiator cap, which was still cold, added coolant, and kept repeating that process until I got the radiator completely full and all the air out of the system. So if I open this bleeder now, watch what happens when I open that. See, we get straight coolant, no air bubbles. That's what we want. And the radiator cap, for the first time in a long time, is actually hot. So, or getting hot, I should say. So I'm excited. This thing's finally finished. And it's just about dark, so that's good timing. I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video.